Hello and welcome to the next video of my World's 2025 previews. We're covering Vivo Keyd Stars of LTA South. They got to the finals of LTA, lost to 100 Thieves, but are going to World. So something very significant for this organization. An organization that's been around a very long time. If you go back through the teams prior to what is now Vivo Keyd Stars, we look at Keyd Stars from yesteryear. The average age of this roster is 23 years old. Koi, I just did their video but forgot to do the age. It's 22.8. So the difference in age between these two teams is very minimal. What's interesting about this team is they've gotten better throughout the year. We look at the beginning of the season. On paper, they had a very solid support in Trimby, very good jungler in Disossim. Kisse, somebody that we looked at as, hey, they have potential. They look very good in Os. What are they going to do? Mortius as a rookie. I mean, I didn't have a lot of hope for Mortius, but he did well, so good for him. And Bull coming off of a year without playing, there were some question marks. Now, throughout the year, there's been ups and downs. Replacing the mid lane was a big step forward. Myru has done very well for the team after joining from Isurus. Definitely taken on a more carry-oriented role with this team. Trimby has also gotten to gel with the team more. And more importantly, Coach Seal, I think I even saw him say on Twitter this past weekend something to the effect of, hey, we're going into this game playing this series like we have every day, playing the same way every day. And the process is very important in doing that. You just keep, repeating the same processes. If you're doing the right thing, eventually results will come, and it has come for Vivo Keyd Stars as they've only gotten better throughout the season. So in top lane we have Bull. No international experience. Only 2 of these 5 players has played on the international stage. He has a 2.9 KDA, 57 KP, 79 CS per minute, all pretty standard numbers that we've seen throughout all the teams we've done so far. Around 55 to 60 kill participation, around 8 CS per minute, and the KD around 3. ROI, very standard, 1.45, 1.3 share differential. He's slightly, most top laners usually give slightly more damage than gold in this current meta. The ROI is a mix at 1.45. It's not high at like a 1.6 or 1.7, but it's also not low like a 1.2. 2.43 vision efficiency. He is, I would say, relative to the role, probably the least successful in terms of setting up vision and warding and things, but this team actually does a very good job of being efficient with their wards and getting vision on the opponent. Laning wise, it is a troubling stat. So he's behind 107 gold, 77 XP. And you say, well, that's pretty much even. That's even in LTA. Even in LTA does not equate to even internationally. It usually equates to, oh, shit, I'm against Ben. I'm against Keen. This is not F&B and Curdy, This is not Dokla. This is not Bwipo. This is Ben, Keen, Zeus, Flandre, players of this nature that are going to be very dominant in the laning phase. So, kind of weathering the storm is going to be a lot of what Bull has to do. 15 solo kills, 13 champions, 62 games. Disossim in the jungle, very good player. I'm happy to see him in an international event. I think he's very good. In the current situation with LTA South's junglers, I mean, if it's not Tatu, sending Disossim is probably somebody that, I'd like to see on the international stage. I mean, Kuroka played very well, but he is also older, so that is a thing. 4.5 KDA, 75 KP, 6.6 CS per minute. This team, support and jungle, making things happen, almost joined at the hip. 3 out of every 4 kills have Disossim's fingerprints on them. CS per minute at 6.6 is on the higher end, but 1.12 ROI, negative 3.7 share differential. The ROI is slightly lower than we've seen. We've seen some players around 1.3, 1.35, but more facilitator in that way. Vision efficiency 5.56. Very, very good at setting up vision, setting up objectives, utilizing words properly. That's what we get from this number. There are a lot of junglers with under 5. 5 is what I consider to be very good, and 5.5 is very fucking good. So in terms of setting up objectives, maybe that's doing their homework, knowing, hey, this is where the enemy jungler is going to path. This is how the enemy jungler likes to set up objectives. This is how the enemy team in general likes to set up objectives. Maybe that's what we're looking at here with a 5.56. It's very telling that they may do their homework at a high level. 100 gold ahead, 79 XP down, 4 solo kills, 16 champions, 62 games. So similar to Bull, that laning, the early game is troublesome. You know, you cannot. I feel like for a team in LTA, LEC, LCP, outside of Fly and CFO this year, those teams I think can compete from an even game state. You cannot be even at 15 minutes internationally. You need to be ahead. And this team does just like the others. Myru, 24 years old. These numbers do include Isserus as well, so keep that in mind. But 3.3 KDA, 69 KP, 8.5 CS per minute, pretty standard numbers. But the 179 ROI, he is the most efficient player on the team in terms of damage divided by gold. He deals a lot of damage relative to the gold he receives and has a 5.2 share differential. Whether it was Isserus or it's Vivo Keyd Stars, he did very well at giving the team damage for the gold that they give him. If they give him 23% of gold, he's dealing 28.2% of damage. And when you look at a carry-oriented role, when you look at a player that, hey, I'm going to give them priority to carry the game, you want them to deal more damage than gold, especially in share. That allows, say, your top laner or your jungler to go negative 4% and play full tank and fill out the composition. So that's nice to see. Vision, 3.39, which is good for a mid laner. 205 gold ahead. 1 second. Okay, so laning-wise, pretty solid. Up 200 gold, 175 XP. This is what we're looking at. Every game he went even, there's a game he's up 400 gold. So, internationally, maybe he won't lose laning phase as hard. Maybe he won't lose it at all. And we look actually internationally in a minute, but 15 solo kills, 14 champions, 67 games. Now in 2023 with Rainbow 7, he played at MSI and Worlds. He went 2-9. Died, didn't get a lot of kills. I guess dying a lot wouldn't be quite the description here. A 1 KDA, a 63 KP, and an 8.5 CS per minute. So, I mean, what do you expect out of Latin America at Worlds, to be honest with you, or MSI? Struggle Street is kind of par for the course. 1.43 damage divided by gold. More notably, up 70 gold, 100 XP. So as everybody's struggling around him, as the team's playing the early game against some of these, honestly, the better teams that they were against, Myru still was ahead at 15 minutes. So at this event, there is no play-in stage to help that. Where we think about Worlds 2023, play-ins was factored into these stats. If he gets an advantageous matchup, maybe he can go even. But otherwise, I think he is going to just kind of have his hands full. Not quite as full as Bull will. But Myru, I think, still going to have his work cut out for him. No solo kills. Mortius in 80 carry. 4.9 KDA, 72 KP, 9.4 CS per minute, does his job. He's done very well. Him and Trimby have done a solid job on this team. They get better every day, and that's kind of just the deal. 1.64 ROI, 4.5 share differential. He deals like 28% of the team's damage, so he is a tier 1 carry in terms of being on this team. He carries alongside Myru, so it's those two against the world. 3.18 vision efficiency, up 39 gold, 185 XP. Quick math, 45, 250, 350. I mean, if we take Myru's numbers, even including Isserus Astral, this team's ahead about 240 gold at 15 minutes, which is good. It's better than being even, but it's essentially even. So when you do have to play BLG, Genji, Anyone's Legend, HLE, etc., a 200 gold lead, 250 gold lead against Red Canids or 100 Thieves is not quite the same as trying to play against BLG. So that is something to think about. Got to be active. Got to get around the rift. Got to make things happen. 3 solo kills. That's whatever. 15 champions playing 62 games. Trimby, one of the better Western supports. I've been saying this for years. His champion pool and his thinking about the game is something I really enjoy. I think him and Debussio was a very fun matchup to see. 3.2 KDA, 78 KP. He leads the team in kill participation. He drives the bus. 4 out of every 5 kills. 0.8 ROI. Vision efficiency, something to note, 2.13. One of the better supports at this event in terms of setting up vision. Well, setting up vision and finding the enemy in the jungle. So that is notable, taking their leads, going and making things happen with them, being proactive. And like I said, I can't say that enough. Proactivity is what this team needs to do. It needs to get after its opponents. I say this every international event with the teams that I think really need some help. And the help this team needs is putting the other team on the back foot, making them uncomfortable. You have to make the enemy team uncomfortable. They're going to go into it thinking they have this in the bag. You have to make them uncomfortable. 16 goal, whatever, they're pretty much even at 15 minutes. 16 champions, 60 games. Internationally, 11 wins, 16 losses. Has been to Worlds 3 times. 1.3 KDA, 69 KP, 0.73 ROI. 176 vision efficiency. Laning-wise, did struggle with Rogue and Fnatic. Maybe if we took the 80 carries numbers in, it all washes out. Behind 301 gold, 125 XP. Because theoretically, who do you want to have the gold? The support or the 80 carry? You want the 80 carry too. So if Trimby's behind 300 gold, but I don't know, if he's alongside Han Sama when he was on Rogue and they're up, and he's up 600 gold, it works. Or he's alongside Comp, then that would work out. So that is the thing. Seal, I looked, no coaching experience accredited on Leaguepedia. Usually Leaguepedia gives hey, this is the world's roster, and here are the couple coaches of note. Not listed under coaches of note for Worlds or MSI. So we'll see how they do. This is a very big moment for this team, development-wise. I talked about Team Secret Wales in a similar light because 3 of these 5 players have never sniffed international play like this. So it's going to be a lot. We talked about, this team having some prospects over the last week or so. There is a way to improve that way, but that's something for another day entirely. We'll see how this team does. They did better than I thought they would at LTA Championships. I thought the 100 Thieves were going to take it to them, and it didn't happen. VKS ended up showing up and getting better throughout, and they just have to continue to improve one day at a time. So thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.